Hey YouTube, Rutkowski here, back with another Arakni Marionette gameplay review. I was sitting down to watch the top 8 of the Calling in Hong Kong and saw that we are lucky enough to have Arakni Marionette on stream, playing against Shoma. Very strong opponent there. I actually played this matchup against Shoma very recently at the Battle Hardened in Philadelphia in the finals. He was playing a more defensive Kassai list than I would say most are playing. So I'm curious to see if he's still doing this and to see how the game goes. So let's break it down. As always, I want to point out that watching and reviewing someone play Arakni Marionette is infinitely easier than playing it live in a tournament, especially towards the end of the day in a top 8. So if I'm critical, it's not not anything personal. It's just kind of reviewing what I would do and seeing if I can learn from Lawen as well. Okay, can't really see the hand. I assume the goal here is to land a mark somehow. Oh, cool. So we're playing Infect. So I think that's kind of immediately a sign that this is a more stealth-heavy list. I don't have intel into the deck list yet, but Infect typically is played in a list where you're playing things like Mantle, or other cards that interact with stealth specifically. It's kind of just a good stealth attack for every matchup, effectively being a 1-card 5 when it hits. I enjoy the card quite a bit. It's pretty threatening on the first turn as well. Curious what Chum was thinking here. It's pretty safe to overblock it, right? If Law wants to burn their boots. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Cover 6 is the usual play, but the boots are kind of free since they'll almost certainly refresh them. Oh, we activated Flick Knives. I thought this had go again somehow. Okay. So Flick, usually on turn 0, you're kind of nervous these days. You're just hoping they don't have the Shelter from the Storm to prevent your mark. So I think mission accomplished on the Arakni Marionette side. Funnel Web is usually not what you want. It's especially a bit risky into the style of Kassai, I believe Shoma plays, where he's likely to have a DBX set, and if you overcommit to the ability, you end up not getting the value. Let's see if we can get the hand here. Oh, it's tough this stream to see the cards. Looks like Shoma might have some resource issues in this hand, otherwise that nourishing would be pretty annoying to deal with. Oh yeah, I see. We'll just save it for next turn. Okay, we have a to the point. So I don't know how stealth heavy we are. I imagine it's more like a switchboard situation, and Infect just stays in again because it's just a generically good stealth attack and it doesn't require a mark. Unlike your Mark of the Black Widows, for example. It's not like taxing your Flick Knives. Oh, I'm so curious what's in the hand. Like, just leading with an Infect. Usually when you just lead with a stealth attack and you have, like, 3 or more cards, you're hoping to get, like, a certain response from your opponent. Like, I guess you're making things as hard as possible for the opponent. Like, they don't know if you're just going to stack 4 pumps on this one attack. Are you just immediately planning to snap regardless of what happens here? You always have that option either way. It's especially good when you're in like one of the attack reaction forms. Block of 6, that's kind of your standard, right? He's just blocking if there's 1 pump here. Yep, this makes sense. Get rid of the dagger pump. We don't have Chilisera yet. That's the go again. When you see Shoma block 6 there, like, you should be pretty confident that there's a DVX backup. mostly because the armor goes in. If he just blocks 2 cards from hand for 6, it'd be like, sure, maybe this is just like a hedge, not really expecting it to work, but if the cards are converting to 3 either way, it's fine. But the second you get armor there, it's like pretty clear that he's planning to cover this. So over 4 gets through. Makes sense. We got to reset the boots on the Kassai side. That's the turn. Yeah, good turn there. I'm excited to see the Marionette deck list after this. I'm a obvious stealth enjoyer, as a lot of people know. Okay, so we have a Prog in hand. Oh, I just really can't tell what these cards are. Nourishing's a pain. Like, with this setup, your only blocking option is like, hopefully you have a 4 block and you can give hat. I guess we could do chapter. Sorry, I should write that out. Because the mark's active, which is good. So yeah, we could do like a trapdoor situation, but then we're like, one of our cards is blocking 1. This came from Arsenal. I think Frailty Trap we'll start to see a lot of because this Kassai is looking to be a very strong meta contender. That card is extremely powerful against her. It's pretty much always a 0 for 5, sometimes more even. So that's kind of cute, actually. I think if he has Frailty Trap here, he should, or probably will block hat and get it. That's really gross, actually. That assumes his like hand plays well though. He can't do much anyway. Don't know if I'd make that play. Could also be struggling with wanting to equip Chelicera with the hat. No block. Okay. I'm going to assume he's just not playing Frailty Trap based on that. This is like such a high value armor block there if you have it. Okay, up sticks. Retrieving makes sense. We're probably only swinging 1 dagger this turn. We have Tunic if we need it anyway. Okay, so we have To the Point and Scar Tissues. It could just be a split of like 1-1, 2-2, 3-1, 3-2, something like that, but looks like we have a full swap board. It's possible they're just playing Infect because they like Infect, and I think that's totally reasonable. Yeah, because otherwise it's been very like standard Arakni cards. Oh, we flip over Reaver. That's great. Okay. Tight game so far. There's been like no power play from the Arakni side. Value-wise, the Kassai usually is a bit ahead. If you haven't played Kassai, their whole thing is like they're like typical turns. You're just doing like 2 card 8s, 2 card 9s, mostly because of your Valiant Dynamo refreshing every turn. But you also have spike turns with these allies. That can be difficult to deal with on the Arakni side. Sometimes it's trivial. You just like have your head jab effect. But then Kassai also has big power spike with their Blood on the Hands if he lets me a copper. I think it's a very skill intensive matchup. It can go a lot of ways. The best tool Arakni probably has is Frailty tokens. Codex of Frailty against every hero is very good, but it's like an absolute house when you're stopping. You're getting the -2 on their swings every time, but if they were like trying to do a blood on their hand's turn, they're like incentivized not to. Here we go. We found the power cards. Savor Bloodshed. It's definitely a big one. Getting +4 and draw a card. Threat is like actually insane. This dagger's free because we're in Orb Reaver form. This is a really good hand. We have 2 cards back. We haven't seen a Tarantula Toxin yet. This is the kind of turn you need, though, to push through like the value engine that Kassai just has every turn. I would wager there's a T-Tox here. That was actually a really tough situation. Because the follow-up could also just be like Command and Conquer, leave no. Walking 12 on 12. Again, might be safe to assume there's a defense reaction somewhere. Okay, so that's all we had. I think that's a fair. I mean, I would bet there's a defense reaction parked for Shoma in case this did get pumped. But we had seen 2 dagger pumps already, so maybe not anticipating another. I lost track of what happened there. Did we flick? Skipping ahead. Shoma blocks 12. Is a card drawn? This is the hand. Oh. Wait, that's so interesting. Oh, I see. This hits. Oh, did we do this interaction wrong? Or did we flick? We flick. Okay, perfect. I understand. Okay. So we draw. I assume we had the codex because we would have used this shred. That flick was really fast. Hold on. Let's see if we can catch this. Yeah, we had the codex. Okay. So we draw shred. This plays nice though. Because we flicked the Chelicera, we can... I don't believe we've used Orbeaver correctly because we had the card copy. So yeah, now we get to filter whatever we draw there as long as it's not generic. Put Chelicera. Our opponent's marked, right, too? Yeah, so we could just swing... if we have leave no witnesses, we can just swing a Chelicera there. For go again, and then Codex leave no. But I don't think we do, so we're pumping a stealth attack instead. This makes sense. So we have Black Widow as well, but our opponent has 1 card in hand. It's interesting. There's just always going to block that card if you get the Black Widow here, where this is saying, give me the card and a D-react, or take 8. I think the take 8 play is probably better here, but if we're further behind, we might just have to take the card so we're not facing down lethal too early. But that turn was played well. We had a lot of flexible lines depending on the draw, and I think the sequencing was just correct. So Shoma played another sigil, got it. Yep, got the head jab for the efficient clear there. I think I saw a cut from, yeah. This card's also a house in the matchup. You're always getting the mark. Oh, did we not get the mark there? That's crazy. Look like unsheathed. Blood. Unsheathed. Oh, no. Slice and dice. Yeah, it's pretty unlucky. Can certainly happen, but I would expect the mark to typically land. So Tunic 5. What's really nice is our new, what are they called? Stalker's Stride or something like that. They can give this Chelicera a go again. Instead, we're opting to flick, which is interesting. Makes the attack bigger. We're in base form, so on hit, we'll get go again. I assume we have a retrieve this turn. Oh, we're mantling. Wait. No. We're not mantling because they're not marked because we hit with a Chelicera. I guess it's a Justinic. Oh, sure. It's just what we had. Let me break this down. Was there anything we could do better here? So Razor's Edge means we are 100% playing a stealth build. We've only seen Infect out of the ordinary, though. So if that's your only additional red, you have what? You have those Black Widow and Kiss of Death for 9. And then your blue base maybe has another 9 or so. I think we've... I think we've only seen stealth attacks in the blue base. Yeah, so it's like a little light. I've played a lot of games with Razor's Edge, and they can be quite awkward at times, just because we don't have that many good stealth attacks. But I guess if he's playing Meat Madness, now we're at like 20, 22. So that's definitely enough density to run the card. It's possible it's only a 2 of, and we just draw them both here. But yeah, just trying to get the picture of what their deck looks like. I have to assume they're playing Mantle too. But yeah, for this hand, I guess there's not really another option. Opponent passed, and we played a Pain. I don't know why we did the flick though. I'm trying to think. So what we could have done, I see, because we're going to IP a card. If we don't attack with the blue. If we don't attack with the blue, we can't. Swing Clave instead. I think your retrieve count really dictates this play. I would argue that we're a little bit ahead here, especially like their armor's used up. We still have our hat. I think I personally would have given up the boots. No, I for sure would have gave up the boots and kept my Clave. But it's possible they're playing like non-retrieve. Some of these stealth heavy lists will play like yellow pick up the points as well as reds. And you of course saw the red up sticks already. Okay, first Kassai activation. We've seen the hand. We're holding an unsheathed, probably for the arsenal. Yeah, like with this outcome especially, like I would much rather have no boots and have a Clave at these health totals. I think. I don't know. There's merits to both. Ooh, that's tough. So we draw the retrieve, but we don't draw a blue. We just use a tunic. I want to analyze this hand, because we got a good look there. So we have Kiss of Death. Oops. Upsticks, red. Red or Weaver. I don't know what the second card is. Is that T-Tox? I think so. Why are we blocking hat? Unless I'm missing something. Oh, I can't tell what it is. It looks like a T. What does that say? Oh, it's too hard. I'm curious about this hat block. Yeah, I just don't know what we're hoping for here. I guess we're assuming this hand's like good enough to close regardless. So we're trying to upgrade the Orb Weaver into Black Widow. Sure, that'll do. Chapter has upside. I guess everything has upside. Like flipping into Tarantula would be really nice here. Oh, I kind of see the vision, because also if we flip into Orb Weaver, we get to give the Kiss of Death go again, and then swing the Sorcerer for free and flick the Kiss, so it's like an extra 3 damage. Show him with the Sigil though, that's kind of punishing, I'd say, with the aggressive hat usage. If we do have a Tarantula Toxin though, this is exactly what you want in this position. Curious why we're tanking. Probably on the retrieve. Interesting. Oh no, this makes sense. All right. We want to react with the Orb Weaver Spinneret. This is pretty gross. So here I will say this is a situation where flicking the clave and keeping the snaps is actually paying off pretty well. Just makes blocking this so much harder. Like if the snaps are gone and we just have the flick knives, Shoma probably just like lays down his hand. Where like now he has to consider the sidestep into like a CNC or something. Not that we've seen one, I don't think. Yeah, I think the Arakni player is like done well enough, or has like converted offensively well enough to make the game hard for the Kassai. I don't even think he had like a chance to make coppers. I don't think we saw like a spoils of war or anything like that. And even defensively, like it hasn't lined up super well for Kassai. Not a lot of reactions came down. I think we saw all 3 sigils, which is just not what you want when the Arachni's converting their hand every turn. Okay, what happened here? So we present our +3, expecting to deal 3, take a card. That would put them to 3 + 1, go to 4. Go to 1 card. Go to 3 when we flick. And then we're T-toxing. So they live at 1 with their react. Okay, let's see how this plays out. I'm a little confused by this flick as well. Get them low. They do seem to be playing a stealth build. So maybe they just don't need daggers for the ratios, but you can only play Red Orb Weaver now, and I think we saw 2. I don't know if we saw 3. So you might not have access to Chelicera again. We haven't seen any pick up the points. I'm going to assume there's some number in the build. Don't know if they're in for the matchup. And I think we saw 2 upsticks already. So we're just going for the kill here. So we're currently 9 over, but like any D-react and Shoma lives. But he lives at 1. Yeah, like I don't understand this flick. We could just do that next turn now. Maybe he calculated his dagger pumps, and maybe he only had like the 1/1 for the attack reactions, or 2/1, whatever we saw. And maybe we saw the upsticks. But we only saw 1 cut through. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would have flicked there. You can also just wait. Like, there's no reason to do it proactively, in my opinion. You can just play your T-Tox, presenting lethal, and then let him react. And then make the decision, like, is this worth putting you to 1 for? I would argue probably not. Okay, super fortunate to draw the go again here, but we can't pay for it. So hand's kind of awkward. It's notably not really better with the Chelicera, but maybe next turn is. Oh, we have boots. Oh, we're like, we're gaming. We're not going to accomplish much of this hand, though. So I don't really want to give up the boots. I think I'd be looking to... Oh, this is so interesting. We're ahead, but like, if we give Shoma 1 big turn, we're definitely no longer ahead. What's the play here? I really don't want to give boots this turn, unless we really have to. You don't really want to be arsenaling a stealth card in case you don't have go again. I mean, you have no weapon, so I guess you just do, so that your pumps have a target. So yeah, I think I'd just be looking to block with the stains here to keep some health and then present 1 body plus Razor's Edge. Hoping that he'll block like 9 or something. and not have an attack react. But okay, so we take the damage here, which is fine. I think that so it gives you the option to spend 2 cards to get +1, which normally is a terrible play, but when your opponent's at 1 and you've seen 3 sigils already, it's pretty good. And if that doesn't work out, you can use your snaps. Okay, I guess he just assumes there's a defect there. There's no reason to use the boots until Shoma shows you the defense reaction, because he's dead if he doesn't. Unless the health totals are not right, but I'm assuming they are. But I think this is fine. You can give it the boots because you're keeping the stains. And Tunic's about to be up. I was missing that detail. Tunic on 3 means you're guaranteeing the go again carried over. Again, here I'd really like to have the Chelicera still though, and have Shoma be at 2. I think that's it's just a better game state. Like, you have way less failure points. The worst thing you could do here is draw like 2 to 3 dagger pumps, and no retrieve and no kiss of death, and then have to block 2 to 3 cards on Shoma's turn, and then suddenly he's in the driver's seat presenting lethal. This late too, if you just like have a couple cards and you swing the Chelicera, like, that's so annoying for the opponent. You've seen one detox, like, yeah, I really wish we had the token dagger still. But again, maybe his build dictates that play was correct. I just don't know how we're doing the less point of damage without a dagger anyway. Because you can only play 3 Orb Reavers now. Like, if he had 9 in his deck, sure, that makes perfect sense. Let's just equip 1 and flick, and then we win. Kassai activation makes sense. What did I miss? Was $1 spent somewhere? Oh, it's a blood turn. No. What happened? Sorry, guys. I think it's a blood turn. This is what I mean. Like, this is why I think his play last turn was good. He's got to present the max damage, because the second you give space. Oh, he's playing blood to have a Kassai target, but he has no copper. Yeah, like, this game did not go well at all for Shoma, I don't think. He just didn't really have the tools that he would want for the matchup the way it played out. But that is also due to the Arakni deck converting very well and forcing blocks and damage through. So what do we have here? Looks like a couple dagger pumps. Spinneret, cut through. Oh, is that a Kiss of Death? Scar tissue. Pretty sure that first card's a Kiss of Death. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a kiss, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the attack. So it's Scar Tissue, Orb Reaver, Cut Through. Oh, that's so gross. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was an Orb Reaver. So if we don't have the Kiss Death, we do find the Retrieve in time. Or the Chelicera equip in time. Again, I'd still rather have it on the board and be safe, but now we have a ton of outs. I think Shoma's face up, right? Surely we just take this. Oh, this is for 5. That's right. Yeah, so we can just like block Tunic here and call it a day. Won't be able to use the stains unless our cut through marks, which it probably should. Again, there's a lot of attack reacts in Kassai's hand. Oh, Shoma's gonna have another swing after this. We just didn't represent the resource, I'm pretty sure. So we'll have to block with a card from hand. I would personally just block the scar tissue. The reason to keep an attack react is so that they have to respect it, but respecting it means they overblock, and then you have this attack react that maybe doesn't do anything because they've already covered it. And because we have the blue stains in Arsenal, we can't get the scar tissue in there. So I think this is the correct block. Yep, go to 1. This should probably mark. Oh, Shoma's so good. He's laughing about it. That's funny. I guess it's his build, if it's the same build as the one I played against, does play less attack reacts than other Kassai decks. I think it's really just a couple go again ones. Yep, wins with the flick. No shelter. Yeah, cool. I think that was well played. Again, I didn't really understand the Solicitor flick at the end. That felt unnecessarily risky. Maybe. It depends on the deck build. I will say if like health totals were closer. Like if the Arakni player was at like 1 to 3 health, you might just have to flick there and say, I'm going to draw the Soul Reaver and keep a 2-card hand, and that's going to win the game. Because that's all you can. Because he was so far from the Tunic coming back, he just used it that turn. But otherwise, no, I think that went pretty smooth. Yeah, the Nourishing was interesting. I think if we had a Frailty Trap, that would have been a really nice spot to kind of block that out. But no, otherwise, his deck, Law's deck, played really smooth. Looked good. Curious to see the deck list. We saw what Infect and Art of Desire Body as the kind of additional stealth cards. Curious how many there are, but congrats to him on the win. Hopefully we get another Arakni Marionette stream game for the rest of the top 8. Thanks for watching.